So this is interesting. This is the link, Fidelio 15, etc. This is so interesting. It says here, Dear Beethoven, you are driving now to Vienna in order to fulfill your dreams, lange bestrittenen Wünsche, to fulfill your long-held dreams. Mozart's genius is sad now and crying for the death of his Zöglings, which is his apprentice, so to speak. Bei dem unerschöpflichen Haydn fand Zuflucht. By Haydn, he found refuge, but he didn't have anything to do. This is very, very strange indeed. Through him, he wishes to become again. He wishes to be joined again to somebody, vereinigt, to join yourself with somebody. Durch ununterbrochenen Fleiß erhalten sie. If you are very, very conscientious and try hard, you will get Mozart's spirit from Haydn's hands. Very, very cryptic and euphemistic. What does it mean? I believe this is a confirmation that this person who wrote it, your true friend, this is a signal that he is a Freemason, Waldstein, who is a Graf. So then I looked up this article. Oh dear. This article here, Mozarts Geist aus Haydns Händen. Mozart's spirit from Haydn's hands. I mean, very, 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 very strange. Maybe Haydn was also one of the people who contributed to killing Mozart, to poisoning him. I do believe that Beethoven was also. Beethoven, what we just read, is a testimony to the fact that Beethoven and Mozart have been conjoined through this magic, this alchemical poisoning of Mozart, and I do believe that probably Haydn took part in it. This is interesting, though. It says 175 years ago, let's see, when was this written? Oh dear, 2002. 175 years ago, namely on the 26th of March, 1827, Ludwig von Beethoven died. This is the special tragedy of his life consists in the fact that in the third decade of his life, he became ill with chronic deafness. Dies führte schließlich zur fast vollständigen Ertaubung. This led to his becoming almost completely deaf, so that he later could not hear any more of his own works. But also a chronic problem with his colon and colics and diarrhea made him suffer his whole life. The actual reason for death after he was, abducted. They did an autopsy, they did an autopsy on him, was Leberzirrhose, which means liver cirrhosis, which could be because of alcohol or some sort of drug problems. Maybe he also had so-called hepatitis C. So now I wanted to go down here because the way they are describing Beethoven here is exactly the way they describe Mozart. It says here, and I know they're talking about Beethoven because it says, in Vienna, Beethoven was taught by Haydn and Salieri. He soon got access to the elite circles of the Vienna, Adel, of the Vienna noblesse. Let's see here, it says here, he was small, war klein und unscheinbar, he was small and ugly, with ugly red face, full of pockmarks. This is exactly what they say about Mozart, which is a complete lie. Because we've seen portraits of Mozart. I've shown you portraits of Mozart that are real, that all correspond with each other. He wore a very common, the way he dressed was very common and not select, which was the way people dressed in our circles at that time. So I know that that's a very poor translation, but I'm doing this ad hoc. Beethoven was short-sighted, so that he wore an ugly silver glasses. But because he was very vain, he never let himself be drawn in portraits with glasses on. In later years, he had conjunctivitis. So there you go. You can see that magic is being done everywhere. They magically have conjoined Mozart and Beethoven through death, lies, and bearing false witness.